Yes, you're on to something. Yeah. So the beginning is to see you're not that which has defeated you. And then it takes from there. It goes from there. Yeah. Yeah. Once, there's the bricks in the wall. Once you see there's one bogus brick, and then you see there's another bogus brick, then you start realizing they're all bogus. Yes.
Mm.
And the wall is the meaning we give it. So this is the beginning, not the end in a sense. First, you start at your role in things because you've been trying to shirk seeing that. Yes? This is the beauty of the parasite. It has you convinced that if you, all hell will break loose if you don't take responsibility. Yeah? It does.
Yeah.
All hell's I'm just gonna lay on my couch all day. I'm not gonna do, no, no, you're not. And that's not going to probably happen. Yeah. Yeah. I understand it though. If you don't mind, I just want to riff on this because I don't know, it just came up. So I understand because I remember, and I have tons of examples, but one big one was when I was young and life was going on, being a kid. And then my mother interrupted that and talked to me with the doctor that my father was getting ill and he wasn't going to be able to do the stuff he used to do with me. Yeah. Like play ball every day and stuff like that. They wanted to soften something that they knew was coming. So there I was sitting there. I remember it was on a picnic table out in the backyard. I was sitting there listening to them. I could understand it on one level, but what I felt was, what did I do to cause my father not to want to play with me? This is an extreme sense of responsibility, isn't it? Yes. And the obsession with self, one of the main drives of that obsession was to become irresponsible because I couldn't take it anymore. Yeah. Walking into a room and someone yawns and you think it's because you walked in the room. It's a heavy, heavy thing to carry around. So basically, drinking let me be irresponsible. I gave up the athletic career immediately. All this stuff happened. Yes. And then it went, of course, it turned into a denial. And then you're sort of blind to your role in things. Yes. You're completely writing yourself in everything that you ever see as a major role. And now you're in a condition of being blind to your role in things. Was it easy to you to see the first column of the resentment inventory and then see the fourth column? It wasn't for me. I could see the first column super clearly, who I resented, why I resented them. I could not see my role in it. I couldn't. That was like forbidden. Yeah. It was forbidden. To me, it was just an incredible reaction from the first completely responsible to a point that I didn't see my role in anything. Yes. So we come into AA and we're going to try to find a balance. We're not. We're going to be put in a condition of neutrality, which would be a balance. Yes. And therefore, okay. So now we finally have the first big wave of recovery. We see our role in things. There's another wave coming to see what has defeated you, its role in things. Where else has the defeat occurred? Where? Have you been accosted on the street by an ogre-like thing called self? Did it run after you and tackle you? No, it's been an activity in the head. And that activity in the head, I do not believe is yours. I do not believe you own it. I do not, and I will not believe that. Yeah. So now you go to the fourth column and you look at its role in things. Yeah. And I bet you if you put two pieces of paper and did a inventory, just like a couple of examples, and taking all the responsibility, galvanizing the my before the resentment, the my before the fear, the my before the acting out and hurting other people. And then you put it next to it and took the my out of it. Yeah. And just wrote resentment, fear, and harms done to others. It's a whole different story, isn't it? Hugely different. Yeah. That that lightness is going to carry out through the rest of your days. You'll travel lighter because of this message. You'll travel lighter. The burden of my will be at least some of the bricks out of that fucking backpack will be taken out. Yes. And you'll be able to, your answer to the day won't be drinking or killing myself all fucking day. There'll be other options. Yeah. Like maybe I shouldn't say anything right now. Maybe I should call someone else and vent about the other person to them. Yes. Before I set off a fire. Yeah. Some wisdom we learn pragmatically in this way of life because you will realize you learn that you can face life successfully. I don't say a lot of shit that the head is thinking. I don't. It just goes through a little sift and most of it just goes out. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Before anything that came in my head, I proclaimed it with such a righteous fucking it's insane. So someone's coming in the room. This is the beginning. First, get the clear clarity of the exact nature of the wrong. Then not the wrong, the exact nature of the wrong. And to me, the nature of the wrong, it is foreign to us. And if it is, you can truly be free from it. Yes. It's going to be very difficult to be free as it because it has its traits and they're not to benefit you. It's benefiting itself. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it could change. I don't know, but I wouldn't put a big bet on it. I would just maybe see it's not you. Be accountable. Just like if my dog shits on the neighbor's lawn, I'm accountable for that act, but I don't dwell on it for 30 years calling it mine. I did not take the shit. Yeah. It's just that simple. Yeah. And I get it. I get the holding on to responsibility. We feel like it's weird in a way. It's an act of controlling once again. Yeah. And I think it keeps us from recognizing the next wave is putting the account in the right ledger. Yes. Like let's lay onto selves what's self's and lay on to us what's ours. Yeah. And a little discrimination instead of taking your whole past as being you. How are you gonna, if you don't regret the past as the doer of it, you're a psychopath. Yeah. The shit I did out there, if I don't have any regret over that, all the while believing I did every one of those things, that's a psychopath, really, in our culture. Yeah. I have no conscience. No, this is not that. This is about recognizing you were used, something imposed itself on you, something drove you, something used you to express itself, and it ain't you. Isn't that a simple recognition? Do you believe you're the only one who has the key to the locks of your doors? You're driven all freaking day by lust, by tons of shit comes up. Yes? Oh, no. No one's ever driven me. I am the driven and the driver. No, you're not. You are more on the driven side. And in recovery, they proposition there's two drivers. Two drivers. One of them is finite self, and one of them is the infinite. Yeah. And you'll know the driver by how you're driven. And obviously, I believe many people who are living in sobriety like the driver now, where before they didn't like the driver. but they didn't see any other possibility because they were presented as the driver. Yes? They're presented as the driver, and the consequences are dealt with as the driven. Yeah. If I'm wrong, far out, But if I'm right, uh, I think that bell will keep ringing throughout your life. I do. And I have heard it now for years and years and years. My behavior is so similar to your behaviors, it can't be our behavior. It can't. My thoughts, being seemingly so unique, seem to be shared by thousands or millions, so they must not be our thoughts. Yeah? If we all do the same freaking thing, they're not ours. Something is driving us, and it has its own traits, and they're expressed through us. Yeah. That's why we do the same thing as other alcoholics and addicts do. We think the same fucking thing. We feel the same thing. All the while, the head spins a unique narrative that you are an incredibly terminal, unique event when you're not. Yeah. How long does it take you to recognize someone as an alcoholic other than you? Maybe 5 minutes. How long did it take you to recognize you were alcoholic? Maybe 25 years. Yeah. What's going on? Doesn't that make you suspicious? What's going on? How come the person who has the alcohol, who is had by the alcoholism, is usually the last one to know? Doesn't that sound like a parasitical movement to you? If the only way the parasite can be the parasite is to take over the host, it sure sounds like we're in that experience. Yes? There's one alcoholism affecting millions of people. Yeah. They're not exotic alcoholisms, are they? They're not. It's like they're different sizes of cockroaches, but they're all cockroaches. In this case, there's one alcoholism, yeah, that has taken over millions of different cars, let's say. Yeah. And it makes the cars drive the same way, no matter if they're Rolls Royces or they're Toyotas or Mavericks or Rivians. Yes, they all seem to turn right when they should go straight. They all they don't stop when they should pause. Yeah. Yes. I mean, how is the familiarity escape us? I think it's presented, it's produced by the head. It keeps us in this cocoon of terminal uniqueness. And when it's broken, it very rarely breaks the final dike. You don't see, wow, this has foreign to me. I am not that which has defeated me. Have you seen a lot of that in recovery? I haven't. People are walking around carrying their past, and it's 40 years ago. The door is completely wide open. Yeah. But they're regretting the fuck out of it. Yeah. And the thing is, it's like milking us. Yes. It's like a mosquito that never takes off. It just sucks off on you all day. Yeah. You don't even recognize it anymore. Just sucks the blood out of our life. This is one of the points of being here. Yeah. Of course, the primary point is to be sober. Yeah. Because without that, all the other doors, it doesn't matter if you have a key to them. You're not going to put it in. Yeah. If you're a real alcoholic, first things first. That has to be addressed. Yeah. And then when that's addressed, it opens you up to a lot of other invitations. Yeah. you can be so crippled that you could not have a viable relationship with another, and over time you will find that you can have a viable relationship with another. Yes? You'll find out that you can face life successfully by facing life, finally. Yeah. So I'm a big believer in it. Get to the exact nature of the wrong and the underlying causes and conditions. Yes? Yeah. Alcohol is talked very, as the book progresses, it's talked less and less about alcohol, isn't it? Yeah. Because obviously alcohol for us, most of us, was an answer to alcoholism. Really. We were suffering under alcoholism, and we wanted to get an instant or a quick relief, basically, no matter what at the end. But in the beginning, I wanted a relief from something, so I drank. Yeah. And it worked. I got a little relief. But what the fuck happened? Now I live in a state of not starting, and I feel like many of us do here. Yeah. I don't start. I don't think of it's not on the agenda of my day to think about drinking or not. It isn't really. Or what wine I should have with the fish. Yeah. It's not there. I don't, it's as if it doesn't exist. And it's going on like that for quite a while. Yeah. I mean, do I need to ask for anything more? No. I should just sit here and be grateful. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. You have a reading or anyone? I'm sorry I took off. I just had no idea it was coming.
I love it. I'm host today. Did you want me to do the little announcement?
No, no, it's too late there. It's not an ending meeting. Just put it there so we don't run into any
If they
jurisdiction.
don't know. All right. I had thought I would read the 10th step and the 10th step promises. So
Yeah,
page 84,
I'm all for it.
halfway down, second paragraph, it says this thought brings us to step 10, which suggests we continue to take personal inventory and continue to set right any new mistakes as we go along. We vigorously,
Excuse me, where were you? Where are you again?
page 84, the second full paragraph, not the one that's at the top, but the one that starts this thought in the
Yeah.
middle of the page.
Yes.
Okay. And I read two sentences,
Yes.
or the first one, I guess. We vigorously commenced this way of living as we cleaned up the past. We have entered the world of the spirit. Our next function is to grow in understanding and effectiveness. This is not an overnight matter. It should
Excuse me one
continue.
second. Excuse me, Kathy.
Yeah.
What do you think they mean by understanding? It says to grow in understanding. Yeah, it says our next function is to grow in understanding and effectiveness. What are we meant to grow in understanding?
Now that I've been coming here, I would say to keep growing and understanding that it's not my, these things are not me.
Yes, 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 yes. To understand the difference between what has defeated us and the us that was defeated. Yes,
Yeah.
I would say so, and a lot of other things. But I would imagine the understanding is instead of self knowledge, it's knowledge of self. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the knowledge of self is based on a bedrock that it's not you. Yeah, yeah. All right. Sorry for that, but
No, thank you. Okay, this is not an overnight matter. It should continue for our lifetime. Continue to watch for selfishness, dishonesty, resentment, and fear.
hold on a second then. There's no my in that sentence.
Right, right.
You're not looking for your resentment, your fear. You're looking for resentment. Fucking strip that ownership out of it. Yeah. The my is what's killing you. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. When these crop up, we ask God at once to remove them. We discuss them with someone immediately and make amends quickly if we have harmed anyone. Then we resolutely turn our thoughts to someone we can help. Love and tolerance of others is our code. And we have ceased fighting anything or anyone, even alcohol. For by this time, sanity will have returned. We will seldom be interested in liquor. If tempted, we recoil from it as from a hot flame. We react sanely and normally, and we will find that this has happened automatically. We will see that our new attitude toward liquor has been given us without any thought or effort on our part. It just comes. That is the miracle of it. We are not fighting it, neither are we avoiding temptation. We feel as though we had been placed in a position of neutrality, safe and protected. We have not even sworn off. Instead, the problem has been removed. It does not exist for us. We are neither cocky nor are we afraid. That is our experience. That is how we react so long as we keep in fit spiritual condition. You want me to
Great.
stop there? That seems like a
Yes. Yes. I'll
okay.
stop there. Yes. Okay.
Thank
So,
you.
oh, thank you. I want to start with the thought brings us. What thought? The thought is, uh, are these extravagant promises? We think not. They are being fulfilled among us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They will always materialize if we work for them. This thought, yeah. So I would say that's the thought. Those two sentences before this thought, yeah. This thought brings us to step 10, which suggests we continue to take personal inventory and continue to set right any new mistakes as we go along. This is definitely, this is an action that happens quite a lot in the sobriety, especially in the beginning. We vigorously commenced this way of living as we cleaned up the past. We have entered the world of the spirit. Our next function is to grow to grow in understanding and effectiveness. This is not an overnight matter. It should continue for our lifetime. Continue to watch for selfishness, dishonesty, resentment, and fear. Yes. And you can see when the patterns of the self or the head work, you can bring that to step 6 and 7. Yeah. So before the fear gets stirred up, usually there's an activity of the head that is probably, if you look at it, quite familiar to you, but you haven't noticed what was going on, and now you do. Yeah. Because you have a new understanding that what you're listening to is not you. Yeah. Yes. That is the new understanding. So something that is not you is talking to you as you. Yes, but it's not you. And therefore, the bondage of self is a bondage of listening to something that you're hearing. Yeah. The self will broadcast and you will hear it, but the bondage of self is when you are listening to it. Yeah. That's when resentments are my resentments. That when anxiety is my fear. Yes, there is an act These are the acts of the bondage of self. The bondage of self isn't a stagnant thing. It's a it's an activity going on in the head. You're either hearing it, which means you're not at the effect of it as strongly as before, or you're listening to it, which will bring you sooner or later to an abject faith in it, which is a spiritless servility. Yeah. It's not the hearing of it, it's the listening to it. Yeah, yes. So we have entered the world of this. We vigorously commenced this way of living as we cleaned up the past. We have entered the world of the spirit. I don't think you ever left the world of the spirit, tell you the truth. Yeah. I believe you are of spirit, so I'd like to see you try to leave spirit. I think you can leave what you're not, which is the head's representation of you. I do. And so does the book. Yeah. You're going to be placed in a position of neutrality. So our next function is to grow and understand and effectiveness. This is not an overnight matter. It should continue for our lifetime. Continue to watch for selfishness, dishonesty, resentment, and fear. Exactly. When these crop up, we ask God at once to remove them. See, this is the whole spirit of the program, right? When they crop up, we don't put on our uniform and go to war. We sit there and we ask that power that we believe has struck us sober or got us sober, is keeping us sober, to deal with this shit. Yes? This is a reliance on a higher power program. It does not lead to self-reliance. This is not a step to return to self-reliance. It isn't. Yeah. It's a reliance on a higher power program. So it says right there, when these crop up, we ask God at once to remove them, call it the higher power, whatever. Yeah. We discuss them with someone immediately if they're heavy, and make amends quickly if we acted out, if we have harmed anyone. Yes? You know, the biggest mess in our lives are the messes that weren't addressed in a certain way. They become a petri dish for the parasite to grow a lot of shit in. A whole lot of shit. Yeah. You don't want to. I don't like the flies coming around. Well, then remove the shit. Yes. The flies aren't coming to see you. They want to hover around the shit. Have the shit removed, which is the program, and the flies won't be coming. Yeah. But I want to have the shit and well, no, it doesn't work. So we discuss them with someone immediately and make amends quickly. That someone could be a sponsor or someone else, yeah? If we have harmed anyone, then we resolutely turn our thoughts to someone we can help. To help. Love and tolerance of others is our code. Yeah. So basically, they arm us with these ideas and this solution to deal with the event, which could be your lifetime thing of recovering from the bondage of self, really. Yeah. Yeah. And we have ceased fighting anything or anyone, even alcohol. I would say alcoholism. I never really wrestled with a bottle of vodka. Yeah. So I don't see. Yeah, they should have thrown ISM in there, I think. Let's throw one in there. It makes more sense, I feel. And we have ceased fighting anything or anyone, even alcoholism. For by this time, sanity will have returned. We will seldom be interested in liquor. Isn't that the promise, or isn't that what the program of AA offers? That you can be restored to sanity concerning concerning the insanity that used to precede the first drink. And has it delivered that? Yes. Has it delivered to that person who has been drinking for 30 years and stops for one day by going to two meetings and then goes back out for that one day? It worked. Yes. Yeah. The principle is sound. Yeah. It can work for a day. It can work for 38 years. Yeah. And for by this time, sanity will have returned. The sanity, not about every fucking thing, but about the insanity that preceded the first drink. Yeah. You don't start. That's makes everything academic, really. You don't start. If tempted, we recoil from it as a form, as from a hot flame. We react sanely and normally, and we will find that this is not saying, all right, Paul, you're 6 months sober. Here's a new set of orders. React sanely and normally. No, this is not an order. This is a description of an effect. Yeah. You've been living this way of life, and an effect has occurred, and it's describing it. The effect is going to be expressed as, hey, I was in a situation that seemed very similar, but I didn't fucking act out, or I didn't do what I usually did. Yes, you have now faced life successfully. Yeah. Yeah. We act sanely and normally, and we will find that this happened automatically. Yeah. You really have absolutely nothing to do with it. Isn't that incredible? Your role is to observe it, and hopefully, in observing it, you grow in understanding, and then the principles get applied more and more, and then a gratitude becomes part of your attitude. Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, we find this happened automatically. See, we didn't make it happen automatically. We found that it happened automatically. These are observations. We're observing that we have been changed. Yeah, we're not doing the changing. We observed that we have been changed. We will see that our new attitude toward liquor has been given us without any thought or effort on our part. It sure sounds like reliance on a higher power, doesn't it? And these are the effects of reliance on a higher power, and you're observing them. It just comes. That is the miracle of it. We are not fighting it, neither are we avoiding temptation. We feel as though we had been placed in a position of neutrality, safe and protected. We have not even sworn off. Instead, the problem has been removed. Wow. If the problem has been removed and you're still alive, you were not the problem. If the problem has been removed and you're still here listening to this meeting, you are not the problem. If you were the problem, you would have been removed. There wouldn't be a Roman in the square. Yes. The problem isn't us. The problem has been removed from us. Has it been removed from us by us? No. It has been removed from us by a higher power. This is the whole theme of recovery. You can have these results, but you can't own them. Yeah, I did this, I did that, I got this, I got myself into a position of neutrality. I did, no, no, no. Yeah. It does not exist for us. We are neither cocky nor are we afraid, but you will be fucking grateful. I believe that. You will. You will be grateful that something is doing for you what you could not do for yourself. And in some parts, what nothing, no human power could have done for you. Yet something has happened. Yeah. And the problem has been removed, and you're still here. This is how we react so long as we keep in fit spiritual condition. I think if the mental condition is kept at a certain level of disinterest, the spiritual condition is obvious. Yes. When you attempt to find the spiritual condition through a mental condition, that's more mental condition. Yeah. But I believe the program it diminishes the mental condition, not making you dumb or crazy, but the excessive interest and attention that's being absorbed by it. Yeah, and that interest and attention now gets distributed in a different way, and I believe you will be the happier for it, and you will be a benefit where you used to be a defect or a negation of things. You will be a benefit to yourself and others. Yeah, and there you go. You'll live your seed assignment, whatever that is. Yeah, and there you go. You'll be that which was never unestablished is established again. Yeah. You're now on, yeah, whatever. It's a great reading. I feel they always ring true for at least one thing, which is that the burden, we do not lift the burden off our own shoulders. Something else does. I think that is the theme. The theme is a surrender, and first an admission, then a surrender, yeah, and then a recovery. So, all right, we have
Thank
some
you.
things
Well,
to.
Elisa, or is it Elise?
Elisa.
Thank you. Come in, please.
Hi. Okay, so I keep getting wrapped up in this thing, and now I don't know, is that the ism? Is it the autism? Is it the being too literal? Is it the whatever? And oh, I don't care. I'm just exhausted. So, um, we just celebrated 35 years sober on the first of the month.
Oh,
And
great.
yet, there are these camps of people that look at 10 and go back to 6 and 7, and you got to work on it, work on it, work on it. And I vaguely in the 12 and 12, Bill's working on it. He's aiming for perfection. And I'm looking at that going, that's his defect of character to try to, I don't know, I don't understand. And then your version feels like, oh, thank God. And it doesn't mean I say, F it, I'm not going to give a crap. It'll just be taken care of. But it feels better. But it seems as though I can't bump into anybody who agrees. They all want me to argue with them about it, and part of, I think, as I say it out loud, is like, well, is it working for me? Do what works for me. I don't really help, because there's that thing, you have to work on it a lot, and it just, based on what I think I hear you saying, is that no, I don't. But I am watching for, like, when I act out and call my daughter, you know what, on the phone because she's got on my nerves. I'm like, crap. And then self is maybe just to be aware of that. And then with her, I can't apologize because that causes more arguing. So I just a living amends. Crap. Take care of myself before I call her. Do you have a better? Maybe there isn't a perfect answer, and I'm looking for one, or my mind is trying to own it. I don't really know, but I'm confused. Okay, I'm done.
Well, I found in my own thing, what you are will speak louder than what you would say or could say. So I don't talk to people much about uh, this because many of them get very defensive. That's all. So, but I uh, I really believe what you are is gonna be louder than whatever you say. Yeah. So I'm yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. But you have to follow. There's a gut in us, yeah, for a reason. You can feel it, and you feel that it's right. And sometimes there may be mistakes, but that's how you learn. Yeah. But I'm not. Uh, people can believe whatever they like, but I can also not believe what they say. So I just don't. I do not believe uh, that that recovery is just going around the same wheel over and over and over again. I believe it progresses and actually moves up and gets lighter as it goes. Yeah. So, yes. And I'm not arguing with the methodology. Sometimes I argue with maybe it's almost like a disservice. I used to work with people and I had to tell them stop taking inventories because it was getting so obsessive, yeah, that they're not that important, that they have to, should I turn left or right at this corner? It doesn't matter really that much. And so I would say, why not? There's many times you're at the point of enjoying the sobriety. Yes. Yeah, it's just like riding a wave. If something has put you in the right location in the water, there's going to be less and less paddling because you're right where the waves start becoming a wave. And maybe for you to align with it, it may take one or two paddles. Yes. And then while you're paddling in the water, you can feel the wave get you. And then it's a disservice. It fucks up the ride if you keep paddling. Yeah.
Yes.
You now stop immediately and you got moved by the wave. The point is what is going to locate you at the beach, yes? The higher power will locate you where the fucking waves break. Yeah. And it will allow you to realize you don't have to, because if you think, no, this is where it's going to happen, and it doesn't, you got to paddle 40 strokes to try to get to the wave is. If you allow this program to work on you, it will put you where the waves break. And then you start riding life. Yes. And it looks a lot different than if you're trying to have to paddle for like a half a mile to get to where the wave breaks because you're located where the waves break. Yes. You know the beach, you know where to go. Well, something knows the beach and knows where to go and will put you there. It will put you in the place of neutrality. It will put you where the waves break. Yeah. And maybe you need to pump one or twice. Yeah. And you got the assist of a fin on your foot. And there you go. Yeah. And then the rest of the job is to ride the wave. That's all. That's it. You ride the wave. Yeah. Well, you can see that as an event in the ocean, or you can see it as this way of life. Yeah. Now, if you want to keep paddling, because it gives you a sense that you got into the wave. Great. I rather just have the least amount of paddling and let the wave take me. I like you're going to be placed in a position of neutrality. I like that a lot more than I'm going to work hard every day to stop myself from being taken over by the parasite. I would do. I'd much rather have an ease and comfort through this event now. Yeah. Yeah. And I believe that's what recovery does when it progresses. It's less paddling, more wave riding.
And
Yeah.
50% of the reactions that I'm having that started out as a thing is now because, oh crap, I'm paddling and I missed it. Or, oh crap, I'm exhausted because I'm paddling and I don't even recognize I think it's the same old, and it's not. Okay,
And
thanks.
Alyssa, the funny thing is, if you stop that, there's another wave coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you get out of the idea, this was my wave, and you realize, oh, I missed my wave, and a whole story ensues, there's another wave coming. This is what happened when I used to surf at some local beaches. They have a sense of ownership. Some of the people. So you're in the water, and then you catch a wave, and a guy's there, and he confronts you, says, "Hey, you took my wave." And while he's yelling at you, you're just going wave, wave, wave. They keep coming. Yeah. And to me, it just seems insane. And yeah, when I used to be in the water, that sense of ownership was a drag. It was you didn't you'd move away because it aggression to me doesn't go well with surrendering to a wave. I just don't see it. But whatever. But here we are applying it to this way of life. Yeah, I do not believe uh, you've been moved. See, the fixed position where you would have to paddle like 50 strokes to get to where the wave is has been changed. Yes? You are on a new basis and a new attitude and a new outlook. And you're just responding appropriately to what's happening. And you're not, being asked to go to any lengths may not be any length. Yeah.
Mm.
As it says, are you willing to go to any lengths? Yes. I'm not called to do much. Yeah. I feel this is the progression of recovery. It gets they give it, oh, the disease is progressing. Fuck that. It can't keep up with the light of recovery. It can't. Yes. It's so heavy. It has to use the past. It trods along. And we're light years ahead of it, literally. Yes. So, yeah, I understand exactly what you said. You said it very well. And I would leave them to with what they have and just you can say really what you want without saying it directly. That's what I've learned over the years. Yeah. I've had this so many times, so many times. I share at an AA meeting, they love it, and then uh, they say, "Hey, where can I get more of this?" I say, "Well, go to Zen Bitch Slap." I never see them again. As soon as it's seen as outside of AA, they have no
The
interest.
rules.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. I've been burnt at the stake. I've been, I'm a heretic. I've been so much shit has gone on.
So a neutral state of mind to say thanks for sharing, and then possibly go, I might need that later. I'll stick that in my toolbox, and if it comes up, I'll have an extra tool in there that will just intuitively know what to do with it and just keep going. That's just wow.
Yes, Elisa, and also at the many times you're going to go into the toolbox to hand it to someone else. See, yeah, you're not going to be using that tool anymore, but someone else is going to use it, and they don't have it. So you have your little toolbox, and you hand it to someone else. Yes, yes. That's a point of the tools. At some point, you're loaning them out more than using them. Yes.
Right. And I don't want to pass on limiting tools if I
Well,
can help it.
then don't, and you don't need to. This is not who said it. It's who said it's an army. We didn't join an army and with regiments and everything like this and cap colonels and generals and shit. This is about being a free range character. Yeah, a free range alcoholic. Yeah. So I've seen it, I've gone through it. Yes, just yeah. I just when I'm at dinner and someone wants to start it, I just go pass me the beans, yeah. That's all. I just I just say it's pointless. Let's not go there. Just yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mm. Anyone else? No?
I don't see any hands. Oh, wait, Rico.
Oh, come on, Enrico.
Good afternoon, good evening, family and friends. Thank you for allowing me to be here with you. I send you love and life in my heart to yours. Great to be here. Paul, when you initially responded to, is it Elise or Lisa?
At least,
Um,
yeah, I think,
Elise?
uh,
Elisa. Okay.
yeah.
I remind me early on, my first sponsor used to tell me, let your actions, I'd be talking all the time. I was like Lonnie Launchpad, Billy Blastoff. I was always talking. He said, you need to let your actions speak so loud, I can't hear what you're saying. And it took me a couple of months as I rolled that around in my head, rolled that around my head. And then after I got to be around here a while, I realized the best message that I could ever deliver is my actions, my behavior, my attitude without saying a word, and I found that to be very beneficial to myself and for others and all the guys that I work with. I mean, we can talk and philosophize all day long. If you tell me you love me, Paul, and every time you tell me you love me, you smack the shit out of me in my face, eventually I'm gonna get tired of your love. But if I really love you, you'll know because my behavior, my attitude, my behavior will say I love you. I don't have to tell you. Not that there's anything wrong with talking about it, but the message and the action for me lasts me much longer than the philosophy because I come from Spanish Harlem. We're wordsmiths. We talk all kind of shit to get what we want to get from you. So that don't mean nothing to me. But your actions and your attitude and your behavior, that's the message for me. And then one of us might be the only big book anybody ever reads. Might be our behavior, our actions, and our attitude. They may never read the book. And that's the example we want to set one day at a time. And before I forget, I want to tell Kathy, thank you for your love and service. I appreciate you. And Paul, I don't care what they say about you. I love you, man.
Well, thank you, Rico. Yeah.
There you go.
They don't say anything about me, really. I've been completely neutralized.
That's not true, Paul. I hear other people talking about you actually.
Uh,
Positively, I mean.
yeah, they can't. It keeps leaking. It's hard
I
to.
hear people saying it's like Paul Hedderman says, I'm not management material. I'm talking to other spiritual teachers, not
Oh, oh
yeah,
yeah.
no, seriously. There's
Oh, I
two
know that. Oh
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. It's in a way, it's a joke, but there was a warning put in the big book that's very, which is the contempt prior to investigation. Because if you've been taken over, that which has taken you over is quite jealous of the takeover. Yeah. And it hides that jealousy by having contempt prior to investigation. Yeah. Yeah. And it's a big, in the mental, let's say, patterns and conditionalities, it's a huge factor. Yeah. Contempt prior to investigation. That's the another, it goes with the, confronted with the evidence of unmanageability, it will just say, I got to manage better. Yes. There are some huge glaring blind spots of the head's programming that we have witnessed and lived under. And you can see it by the amount of frequency it's expressed, yeah, in other different people. So the idea of, and another one, which is it can never get, that self can get out of self. Yeah. Self is not what hears the message. Self can't get out of self. It's hopefully us that hears the message. Self can't get out of self. And then we grow in understanding about that. And so we look at the head and we realize it has a lot of built-in insanity, really. Yeah. No matter what happens, it doesn't get a lot of stuff. It doesn't. It's programmed not to get it, really. Yeah. And to me, I find that to be incredibly helpful because a lot of times when we read a book, we're trying to apply it to self. Yeah. And it probably is not going to work well. But when you read a book that talks about self and sees that what they're talking about is something foreign to us, that to me can produce a lot of understanding. Yes. So you stop calling its patterns and behavioral, let's say, tics, like nervous movements. You stop calling them yours and you see it as something foreign to you, brings about a possibility of being free from it. Yeah, it's just that simple. So to grow in understanding and effectiveness, I humbly believe, is when self-knowledge actually gets turned around as knowledge of self. Yeah. And I find knowledge of self quite valuable because it will wear different outfits. Yeah. If you, it's like a salesman that comes to the front door and then goes to the back door and goes to the side door and comes through the garage. Yes. Uh, if one act doesn't get you, the other does. Yeah. And it has its little way of like sort of curling you in to the story. When you start recognizing not the particulars of that, but the patterns of it, there's relief is available. Yeah. So you see the pattern of how self has defeated us. Yeah. And it will actually relieve you of going through the particular experiences of it. If given over to the higher power. Yeah. Your vision is given, and what you see, you give it back. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I had so many experiences. First of all, I want to say like I've been listening to you for a long time, and I still don't know anything, but I don't have any questions. Like I'm so I don't nothing against other people, but it feels so stupid to ask questions. It just feels so absolutely pointless because I know the thing that's asking the questions. It's just not, it's just like, okay, something is trying to understand something in a certain way that is actually not understandable in that way. It's just like, okay, just okay, thanks for the, it's like a little kid just doesn't understand anything about how, gravity works or whatever. But I've had so many experiences this week after week of higher power, like just like I set out to do this, and this, and a couple in these days, and none of that happens. It's just like part of it is like I quote unquote woke up intending to do A, B, and C, and I did D, E, and F, and it wasn't like someone else. I've, it wasn't like someone came in and said, "Hey, I need you to do these other things," and I'm just like watching, like who is what, who is orchestrating this?
Yes.
It still gets disconcerting for me to
Certainly
feel.
not you.
Yeah, I still don't feel like I don't have this feeling like I can like trust in the higher power. I'm still stuck between I don't have the old system, as
But
you
that's
said,
trust in you, bro.
the evidence is in.
Chris, that's trust in you.
What do you mean?
You're not being able to have trust in a higher power is trust in you. The you that you're not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just don't know what that I don't know what it feels like. I definitely get what it feels like to have faith in the failed system. That is very clear, and faith is the perfect word for it. It's like an unquestioning,
Yes.
belief. I definitely see that. I feel that. I don't know what it feels like to have faith in something else because I still feel, I don't know.
But no, that faith is being shifted as we sit.
It is. I know.
Yes.
I know it is. It
The
was a
faith
crazy. I was at
that
a.
people who say they have no faith, there's faith in that. So you don't go forward, you go back, and you'll
Yeah,
see faith had something to do with everything, as it says in page 54.
everything.
Blatantly says something like that. That's you will see that faith has something to do with everything.
It does. It's crazy.
Faith is the motivating factor. And in our simplistic presentation, there's only two baskets that faith can be put in, which is either the infinite or the finite self. That's the AA diagram. Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't need to know if there's 30 other different baskets, just the two basic ones. And how you know one is You don't want to have the faith in that one anymore. Yeah. Yeah. So you lose faith in self. And in that losing faith in self, it goes back to the only possibility there is, which is in faith in the infinite. There's no
Yeah.
other place it can go. So you lose interest in you, and then there's a gaining interest in what we are, because that's all there is. There isn't like 80 different things. There's
Yeah.
either this
No, it's true. I
imagined
know.
idea of Paul or what I really am.
Yeah, I know. I see that.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just slow.
no, no, it's awesome. You get it's so we see that I'm not having trust in a higher power is actually trust in self, let's say. Wow, that's incredible. That's an understanding that
Yeah.
has value. It does. Yeah. And then, wow. All right. So the head, when it says it's the one that's distributing the faith, can only, that's faith. The faith is in the head, already. And now it's playing with like monopoly money. And it says, I'm going to put my faith here and there. But it's playing with the monopoly money. Yeah. See that. Wow. And then
Yeah.
in seeing that, the faith will shift back to its only origin, which is in the infinite. Yeah.
Something you said a couple weeks ago is like you even have to ask the higher power to help you have faith in the higher power. Like to do something doing for you what you can't do for yourself, because you can't even do that for yourself. You can't just decide to have faith in.
If I had two chores and someone threw a third one in, I'd be befuddled, especially as you get older. So yes, I'm in, yeah, I'm outmatched and loving it really, because it works by that admission. And that admission doesn't have to be said, it's known. So you can be in a surrendered state. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
not like
appreciate it.
surrendering all the time. There is a there is a surrender that sort of completes the mission. You are now having you're on a new basis and a new attitude and a new outlook. Yes, yes. So, and
Yeah.
that outlook is surrendered. You admitted the unmanageability of this life, and that which is driving it, which is self, is not you. And now that admittance of unmanageability is replaced with a way of life working that you would never have come up with yourself. Yes.
No, I know. I mean, no.
And then you
I,
just keep on the steps on the dance floor get painted and you just put your foot and where the step is. Yeah. There's an outline. You put your foot there. Something paints and you put your foot there.
I
And then
have noticed that.
today you see, wow, I went completely different where I thought I was going.
No,
Yes.
it's so true. I used to think ahead like a lot more. Like I'm doing this planning, I'm doing this thing, and then it's going to lead to this other thing, and there's like this ultimate goal. And now everything is a lot more like short term. It's like this is what I got to do right now. Then I notice over time, stuff is going like like there is a path or whatever. Like it's not like today I go surfing, tomorrow I go bike riding, like paint a picture. It's like something is that something is pushing everything in a kind of a almost plan. But I don't. But I'm just doing in the moment like what I feel like I need to do in the moment.
Yes. Called good orderly direction. A thing we call an acronym for God. Good orderly direction. That's what
Uh,
you see exactly.
I know John wants. I just have to say one last thing. This thing about you, you always talk about yourself. You could have been like on the circuit and all this stuff. It's like there are a lot of there are a lot of great wise people before you that were not
I joke about it.
whatever.
Joke about it. I just joke.
It's
Basically, I
our
joke
benefit
about
that
everything, really.
it's our benefit.
Just to give you a hint, don't take me seriously too much.
Okay.
You take the message seriously, but all the little side notes are, yeah, they're
Well,
just
it
coming.
is it is funny when you make fun of Adyashanti and stuff, I have to say, even though
The
he
guys, they're all,
or his followers, I should say.
they're all great.
It is
Yeah.
funny. Thank you, Paul.
John Kay, come on in. You're already in.
Lovely to see you. It really is.
Oh, thank you.
The
It's hard.
your uh, shtick about the difference or the spiritless servility
Mm.
prompted me to do an AI search, and for some reason I did a comparison of resignation versus acceptance, and it turns out that while resignation is a kind of acceptance, it lacks hope.
Mm.
It lacks hope. And acceptance, what is kind of a surrender where you hope for a better way. All these principles that I thought were separate unto themselves are becoming conflated in my head. I I don't know necessarily that that's a bad thing, but language is important. And in recognition of that, I wanted to draw your attention to the value of the plain language big book. We've started to study that in reading groups. There was one instance uh, where uh, they talked about the prefatory material of step 4, and they added in the plain language big book, they added a sponsor's usual advice to prevent a sponsee from drifting into morbid reflection, um, an encouragement to look at his assets as well as his defects. I've looked at an AI search for the last 2 editions of the regular big book. I could not find that advice in either of the big book. One of the members of the discussion group said that it's been in and out of it. I know that 15 years later, when Bill wrote the companion piece, The 12 and 12, that was included in the 12 and 12. Yeah, the plain language big book has been presented to us as a restatement, but it's starting to look more and more like the plain language big book as a revision.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, to jump in there in the community I was in San Francisco, that was a common suggestion, the asset thing,
Yeah,
when we were being directed to do the fourth step. It was common. It was common knowledge. If you were in the program and participating, you knew you would pass that along. So yes. Here I just yeah. Here there's a specific target, so a lot of things we could go into. I we tend to just try to stay on point. Yeah, because I think it's the most important point, really, is the exact nature of the wrong. So, yes, but yeah, we had it. I'm not in the day-to-day stuff going on like in AA San Francisco. I'm in Novato and like Cout, it's like a ranch town, and but we had it. That was common knowledge about to not to let it get too heavily laden on one side of the scale, and remember the assets, and remember the assets that were expressed during the day when you were doing the tenth step also. Yes, yeah. So, but I'm interested in the plain whatever thing. but let's not go there now because I got to get somewhere. But yeah, let us know what it's a compilation of the material that was the big book, and now yeah. Well, let us know later, John. All right. But there's an actual book called the Plain Talk AA. Oh, you got one.
It's called The Big Book in Plain Language.
Oh,
They're also working on a 5th edition, so there's a 5th edition coming also.
wow.
Right.
I've been out to a lovely lunch then in the world in the recovery community. I didn't know there was a first edition. Oh, that's cool. That's great. I'm happy for it. Yeah. Yeah. That's great, really. Thank you for that. I sometimes learn a lot from John. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start saying bye-bye. John, nice to see you. And maybe I'll take a look at that. Probably not today, but find out. Mitesh, nice to see you, bro. Yes. Chris B, as always, thank you, Chris. Yeah. Mr. John B in the UK, Paula, Stephen in Florida, Rico. I knew you were a New Yorker, though you told me you live in, yeah. Stephen Mack, Sean, NorCal, Alex, Roman Mueller. It's radiator time in Germany. Yes, Matthew, UK. Nice to see you. Sober again today. Very nice. Shannon, nice to see you, or not see you actually. Tom L. Joseph. Joseph, always a pleasure to see you, my friend. Rick Rowe in Toronto. Kathy, thank you. Great reading, Kathy. Yeah. Jess, Sean, Tacoma, Robert. Robert, I think you had wanted to say something. You dropped it out.
No, I just wanted to thank Chris because, sometimes what you learn is from the participants, the brother. Yeah. Just appreciation to Chris.
Oh, great, great. Fantastic. Yes. Yeah, we like his hat too. Miss Volkman, the furnace of Thor. Yes. Where the hammer was, whatever you call, forged. Vlad, Portugal. Nice to see you, Vlad. Elisa, thank you, Elisa, for your share. Yes. Travis, nice to see you, my friend. Hey, have a great day, everyone. Yeah. See you. That's
Bye,
not
Paul.
order. That's
Bye.
not an order.
Thanks, Paul. Good to see you.
Thanks, Kathleen.
Thanks,
Thanks,
everybody.
Paul.
Thanks,
Thank
Paul.
you, Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank
Thank
you.
Kathy.
Thanks,
Good
Lena.
service.
Where's
Thanks,
Big Mike? Big
Kathleen.
Mike wasn't here today?
Kitty.
No, no mic.
All right, I'll put him
And
on
you
the
got the
reserve list.
recording stopped.